talk about Wendy Williams real quick. Really, 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 really quick. How do y'all feel about Wendy Williams and her latest attempt at getting media coverage for her conservatorship? Are y'all like buying it? Are y'all like, I don't know what to think, because it's like, why all of a sudden is it this big media push? Okay, let me go on the Breakfast Club, let me go on the Wendy Show, let me go on The Lemon, let me go on Jason Lee. She went on all these gay men's channels like I said earlier. And just to tell them, that she don't have, she's been stripped of her financial freedom. She wants to show everybody that she is cognizant, that she is able to properly think and enunciate her words. But her attorneys have actually come forward and said that, just as anything, she has good and bad days. They said she still has front temporal dementia or whatever. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. But they said she still has that. But, some days she's good, some days she's bad. But each day they have her in some type of home. Now, Harvey actually spoke out, which was interesting. Hold on. Harvey Levin. And he said that he had a 90-minute phone call with her, and it raised some serious questions over the guardianship. Now, according to Harvey Levin, he says she seems fine to him and that she sounds like the same person she was 10 years ago and is not showing a hint of disability. Y'all know the drill. Copyright disclaimer, Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowance is made for fair use. We are researching. Now, here's her appearance on Charlamagne's on the Breakfast Club, and she, her and her niece Alex discuss Wendy's current situation of being trapped in a conservatorship. They said the system is broken and hashtag Free Wendy has been trending. Here is what she had to say.
Currently trapped in a conservatorship. If you don't know what a conservatorship is, it's when someone is in charge of making decisions on your behalf, and usually because the conservatee is not able to make decisions for themselves. Wendy can make her own decisions. She is not cognitively impaired. She is not incapacitated. She is being taken advantage of.
So, I mean, she got Charlamagne on his side. Look at everybody in the chat. Free Wendy, free Wendy. This could happen to any of our loved ones. It's like the movie I Care a Lot. Let's get the word out. This is probably some higher ups using their powers, as we know from being Wendy Williams fans. Okay, let's listen.
Right. Wendy
impaired. You know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in New York City, right? And Alex, you know exactly what you're talking about. You flew from Miami to New York, and you were right here with me. Go ahead.
She's letting her niece talk. They say she's allowing her niece to explain certain situations because she legally can't. But I don't know. Let's listen.
He's there in New York, in this place, essentially like what some would call a luxury prison. This is her room. That's like the apartment. And this, not Wendy, because you're there. It's small. She has a bed, a chair, a TV, a bathroom, and she's looking out one window.
And excuse me, through my money, I had this person buy the TV, the kind of TV I like, through this person, because all of my stuff is in storage. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel bad for her, from you being like a millionaire and then you having to stay in some sort of home. What is this, an old folks home or something? Surrounded by people you don't know. You got a bathroom and like a 1-bedroom little room. She went from a penthouse to that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel away.
Everything's in storage. And by the way, that was to sell my apartment. But anyway.
Is the person your guardian? Is that who you're referring to, your guardian?
Yes.
Well, Sabrina Morrissey is her name. A&E Network and Lifetime were sued by Sabrina. She claims they exploited you in a vulnerable state. They exploited your condition. And
So do y'all think that Wendy probably set all of this up before her divorce situation, so that, in the event that something did happen to her, her assets were protected, and now it's kind of like backfiring on her? That's what it feels like to me. It feels like, during the time she was at her her peak, that she set up some things, you know, to go into motion. And now that, you know, things have cleared up, the divorce is final, she don't have to worry about Kevin, you know, coming after her money. Now it's like she wants to get out of what she set up, and it's harder than she thought it would be. That's what it seems like. I don't know.
Condition and air do that documentary. It actually says in the lawsuit, it appears that Morris the silenced criticism of her controversial and failed administration of the guardianship. They even used the words guardianship abuse. What do you think of that?
Me and the person that you were just talking about, this guardian person, we watched that 4-part thing on TV together. She was the one who wanted to do that. So I'm watching and
So it's interesting. She calling out the guardian person. I don't know. Can she not say her name?
writing things down, and she's watching and writing things down. And I saw all of that, by the way. And what do I think about being abused? Look, this system is broken. This system that I'm in, this system has falsified a lot. You know what I'm saying?
They said,
how can Wendy be in radio and say, you know what I'm saying, 50 gazillion times? Like, as a person who was in radio, I mean, I'm talking about her, not me. She was in radio prior to being a television host. Saying, you know what I'm saying, is not something they do. So I don't know. I feel a way. Maybe it's the medication.
You're cognitively impaired and you're incapacitated.
Do I seem that way?
You've been calling me 5 times a day for the last 2 weeks. No, you don't seem that way.
Right. I just want to underscore what you were saying, Charlene, as well. And that is, this is still a legal situation. So yes, there are things that my aunt just can't talk about.
When you say risk liability, like, how is a bank liable for you spending your own money? Maybe I'm green at this, because I ain't a billionaire, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket either. So if all of her money is in Wells Fargo, which is weird, why would the bank freeze all of her assets? Like, she should have like 50 different bank accounts. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. There are things that we as a family can't talk about.
That's right.
But I think that the thing that we can talk about is the fact that my aunt sounds great. Yes. I've seen her in a very limited capacity, but I've seen her. We're talking to her. This does not match an incapacitated person.
Not at all.
And she, that's why we say she's in like a luxury prison.
Yes.
Because she's
not a luxury prison. I do think her family needs to have a hand in the situation, like having a stranger be involved in the, I don't know, this rich people stuff. I'm not understanding. Y'all explain to me about a conservatorship and why is it that the family has no legal rights to say how she is handled. I don't understand that part.
Being held and she is being punished. All I'm saying is just treat the woman with dignity.
Absolutely.
and give her the freedoms that she deserves.
Well, let's say what Wendy wants. Wendy wants to be, released out of this conservatorship, but she wants to be in Miami. Wants to be in Miami. I don't know why it's not happening.
Let me just say about Miami, okay? The entire family migrated, and I was in Miami, and that was about a month ago.
Yeah.
Alex, talk about the great time that we had, and
Alex, tell them how much fun we had.
Seeing my dad, we all went out and had a party at one point.
Yeah.
Your dad next month, right?
Listen, my dad.
That's a whole nother conversation.
94. That's a whole nother thing. I don't know whether I'm allowed to fly to Miami to say happy birthday to my dad to get him. Well, that person that you talked about who's holding me hostage,
Sabrina Morrissey, your guardian. We got to say her name. We got to put her name out there.
I don't know that she's going to let me because she already said to see my dad for his birthday.
I heard that she wanted to visit her dad in Miami and they won't let her. That's interesting too. She can't travel freely. She can't spend her money freely. She claims she only had $15 in her wallet. She claims that she can't get, necessities that she wants. She just wants a case of whatever kind of water and they won't do that. So I don't know. It's weird.
You to talk, Alex. Go ahead.
Yeah. She may not be able to come down here for my grandfather's 94th birthday. Every day is not promised.
Right.
One thing that I know that my aunt wanted, and we talked about this ad nauseum, she wants to be here for his birthday. Wow. And the fact that they are playing games about my grandfather being able to see his daughter and my aunt.
Yes, #free Wendy. Let me see what some of these comments are saying. I have to, pause it every now and then because they be acting up. Wendy put Charlamagne on this thing. It's only fitting. Wendy sounds great. Wendy sounds very much alert and in control. Not at all how they picture her. Something is very off with this whole guardianship. If we could do it for Brittany, we could do it for Wendy. Free Wendy Williams. Let's see.
Being able to see her father. I'm sorry. That is just absolutely sickening.
Like, I'm exhausted. Can't see my dad for his birthday. It's not promised. It's not promised. You know, I have things, but I'm going to sew them and make them so that they look perfect.
They did edit this video now. They did edit it.
On me. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know how to sew. I've known how to sew for years. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, I want to give my dad some sort of fragrance, you know? I up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is...
Alex, do you think that there's a retaliation from the Guardian because of maybe this phone call?
This is so unfortunate. I don't like hearing people break down though.
All are because of wow.
We talked about that. You know, my aunt, even with her wanting to come on, we talked about all scenarios. I said, you know, do this. You ready for what's on the other side? And as she said, I have to do this. There's nothing else I could do at this point. She's prepared for the fact that her phone might be taken away.
What if they take my phone? I won't be able to talk to anyone.
Now this is horrible. Oh my God, this is so horrible. I don't like hearing the emotion in her voice.
Yeah. And you know, you all, what you're hearing now, this is a few-minute clip of what we've been dealing with for the last several months and she can get moved and we may not even know where she is.
Wow.
That was the reality of where she was during the documentary. We weren't permitted to go see her. So this whole documentary aired.
That's what you think it is? She was hiding money from her ex-husband, you know, so he wouldn't take all her money and spend it on his new family. I mean, that's a possibility.
Nobody's able to call her. Nobody's able to see her. You know, the reason why I was doing the stuff with The View and Good Morning America was because she was nowhere to be found.
Wow.
In the meantime, you know,
what are we going to do about that?
Listen, here's the weird thing, right? And while you're on The View, right, I got the telephone number. I could call Joy Behar, but my number is with The Guardian. I could call my friend Rosanna Scotto. I could call Fat.
She can call all these people, but her. Oh, so she can call out, but they can't call her back. Is that what it is?
Joe, I could call Alex. My number is not in storage, but my Guardian person has my phone.
Right.
God damn.
Alex, let me ask you a question.
Excuse me, has had it for 3 years, by the way.
She's had your phone for 3 years and she got control of all your bank accounts and everything? Wow. Okay. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Now, Alex,
but that's what the news report said. The news report said she has control of your bank accounts and everything. Wendy Williams is currently trapped in a conservatorship.
Okay, so let's hear. She was also on Don Lemon. Let's hear the clip from Don Lemon. So let's listen. Don Lemon says, Wendy Williams I feel like I'm in prison.
My life is screwed up. You know, the Guardian mess is. Please, look, I am isolated. I feel like I'm in prison. I feel like, you know, they're trying to control me, you know what I'm saying, and everything that I do, you know what I'm saying. You know, if I chew, they don't even look. My life is screwed up, you know what I'm saying, and the only thing that I can do for myself is I can keep myself a sound mind and body, you know what I'm saying.
You said she didn't sound as clear on Dunn. I mean, she sounds about the same. No shade. I mean, she still, listen, you got to know that she's on some type of medication. So, I mean, just the fact that she can string sentences together, it should be, you know, a fact that, you know, she can think clearly, I guess.
Saying, you know, that, you know, regardless of what, like, I love lipstick. You know what I'm saying? So I have lipstick on right now. Why? Because I always have lipstick. It's not a big deal. You understand what I'm saying? Look, my life is screwed up. You know, the Guardian mess is, please, look, I am isolated. I feel like I'm in prison. I feel like, you know, they're trying to control me, you know what I'm saying, and everything that I do, you know what I'm saying. You know, if I chew, they don't even look. My life is screwed up. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that I can do for myself is I can keep myself a sound-minded body.
I'm sorry, it is on a loop.
You know?
I didn't realize it was a loop. So it's only a little snippet of it. So go watch the full interview over on Done Lemon. So he put that little snippet on his Instagram. Here is another one. Let me see. Oh, he got a few of them. Asking, okay, he got a few clips. Hold on. This one says, asking Wendy about conservatorship.
Wendy, let me ask you. People want to know, how did you end up in this situation? How did the Sabrina Morrissey gain control of you, and how did she become your guardian?
Well, first of all, she's making money from me, you know what I'm saying? And she's supposed to be here to protect me. And you know, and this has been going on now for 3 years of my life. Alex, are you listening?
I'm here.
Okay, Alex, please talk, because Don Lemon doesn't understand what I've been going through for the last 3 years of my life. Alex, this is my niece. Please talk.
I know, Alex.
Here's the thing.
So yeah, I mean, she did, you know, defer to her niece several times. So I mean, you know, let's listen.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Don, and I know the question that you asked, and I know that the reason, you know what, Wendy, one reason she can't really go in and answer fully is because everything is still so tied up in legal.
Okay.
You know, and so she has to be really careful about what she says. And I get that. We talked about that. She knows that. So there are just certain details because of the legalities of it that she just can't get into.
Wendy, let me ask you. People want to know, how did you...
Okay, that was the first one. Hold on. There's another one. I didn't want to, you know, like you said, they're on the loop. They're little short clips. This one says, Wendy denies being incapacitated.
Wendy, are you incapacitated?
Hell fucking no. You know, look, Alex, please address what has been going on with me. Alex, by the way, has actually been here, right here. She flew from Miami to New York, and she's been right here, and she sees the people, she sees look.
Okay, Wendy, I'm going to ask you, slow down. Okay, slow down. You don't believe you're incapacitated. The guardian has said you're incapacitated permanently and that you have dementia.
Yes, and
frontal aphasia.
You know what? Listen, and I don't know how much I can talk without being punished. You know what I'm saying? And I won't be able to see my dad, and I won't be able to, you know, do anything, and I'll be stuck in this prison I'm in for the rest of my life. You understand what I'm saying?
Wendy, are you incapacitated?
So there's that one. Then we got one more. Hold on. Let me see what this one says. This one is, I know this ain't the full interview. I don't want to see the full one. Let me see.
Hi, Dawn.
Wendy, I miss you.
Dawn, look, my phone is with the guardian person. You know what I'm saying? This phone that we're talking on is a phone where I can call you, but you can't call me. I've never heard of a phone like this in my life. Anyway, it's good to talk to you.
It's good to talk to you. They didn't take your phone after this interview you did with Charlamagne, did they?
Listen. Look, my life is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I've been with this guardian person for 3 years. For 3 years of my life, look, I'm isolated. I feel like I'm in prison. You understand? I can't go out. All I can do is look at the window, and anytime I go out, it's because I'm going out with the person that the guardian has assigned to me. So if I want to go out, you know, for lunch, you know what I'm saying, then I have got to go with this woman. You know what I'm saying? If I want to go out, like my dad turned 90.
So y'all can go watch the full interview. I'm not gonna play his whole interview, but yeah, I think that she does sound coherent, but it is something that's not quite right. It could be that she's still on some type of medication. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I do hope that her family gets control of her and her situation, because it's unfortunate that, you know, someone who is not a blood relative is not, you know, over, you know, controlling her, because it's like they keep taking her away from the family. She wants to be with her father. She can't travel freely. It's just unfortunate. So We'll see what happens. You said, why? What can this guardian do that her family can't? Good question. The guardian was assigned by the court. So apparently this is some, legal paperwork that she had drawn up before she was incapacitated. But probably said in the event that, she is not of sound mind, this person has to control all of her assets. She's rich, she, and there's that. But she sounds like she wants to, take control of her money again, because at some point we got to admit that Wendy was not in control of her facilities. And, they're saying she had dementia. I don't know if that was because of her alleged drug and alcohol abuse. Because remember, they had so many pictures of Wendy coming out the liquor store, grabbing bottles of vodka all over her bedroom and things like that. So I would hope that, now that she's clean and sober, that, that she can, possibly get in control of her own things. But I don't know. You said that's not true. This is not of Wendy's doing. Okay, thank you so much, Professor Cutie Pie. I mean, I don't want to give wrong information. I'm just making assumptions and giving my opinion, friend. When she was first put in the conservatorship, she lived in her home, but the conservator wasn't keeping a good watch, and she was drinking like a fish. They need to change the judge. Conflict of interest. Okay. Well, we're going to send some prayers up for Wendy. Let me see this GoFundMe. Y'all talking about GoFundMe. How we know it's for Wendy, honey? Wendy got her own money. It says Wendy Williams family starts GoFundMe to free her from her conservatorship. Wendy Williams' friends and family set up $50K GoFundMe after Star says she has $15 to her name. Wendy Williams' friends and family launched a GoFundMe page with a $50,000 goal for the former talk show host, who says she only has $15 to her name, while trying to free herself from a guardianship. Friends of the Williams family organized the Support Wendy Williams Fight for Independence fundraiser earlier this week in the hope of expediting her return from a New York wellness facility to her rightful home in Miami, where her elderly father lives. Far too long, Wendy has faced the challenges of being unjustly placed under guardianship and labeled as incapacitated, despite her strong will and determination to live her life independently, the page reads. So there it is. She's raised $14,000. The GoFundMe is titled Support Wendy Williams Fight for Independence. Child, when she get all her money back, she gonna get her money back to the people? Because I know she got millions. I don't know. The organizers want Wendy to be able to move out of her treatment center in New York and home to Miami. But why are they raising the money? Don't she have some money? The organizers call Williams' current living situation not only unfair, but also deeply isolating, as she has denied being cognitively impaired like her fellow patients. The guardian assigned to her has severed her connections with friends and family, leaving her without the support network she so desperately needs, the campaign claims. The isolation in New York has made it increasingly difficult for her to maintain her strength and resilience. Williams' friends added that her family members are suffering emotionally as they witness the toll her isolation is taking on her well-being. That's a beautiful picture of her and her niece. It really is. Her friends and family, including niece Alex Fine, admitted Williams is struggling with her strength and resilience in the center. Unfortunately, they have exhausted their financial resources in their fight against this unjust guardianship and are in dire need of assistance to secure legal representation. Also, the family needs the money to fight in order to get her released from it, and the family don't have the money. That's what they're saying. The friends reiterated that they hope to help speed up Wendy's homecoming and ensure she no longer has to endure the pain of loneliness and disconnection. It is essential that she is not left to suffer in silence in New York while her family is waiting for her return to the warm embrace of Florida, where she truly belongs. Let's come together to support Wendy and her family during this critical time. The GoFundMe's goal is set at $50,000. It has raised more than $15,000 from 600 plus donors as of Friday morning. They have raised $25,000 of the $50K they are looking for. You said nursing homes profit from dementia diagnosis. Okay. They are isolating a woman with cognitive issues. Well, here's the link to those of you who want to contribute. If you know, if you do. So free Wendy, hashtag free Wendy.